You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Thursday the 6th of November, 2025. It is 45 days after the fall equinox. It is 45 days before the winter solstice. We are exactly at the midpoint of fall. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 16th day of Brumaire, the day of the Chervie, the Skirret. The sun rises today at 6:32 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 11:39 a.m. The sun sets today at 4:46 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 5:15 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 5:47 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes, 16 seconds shorter than yesterday. The moon is in its waning gibbous phase and is 99% full at midday. The third quarter will arrive on Wednesday, the 12th of November. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 3:52 a.m., minus 3 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 10:19 a.m., 2 meters 4. In the afternoon, low tide, 4:37 p.m., minus 12 centimeters. At night, high tide, 10:53 p.m., 1 meter 62. In our shared realm of plants and animals, on a recent bright afternoon, with marigolds blooming still, a striking thing, almost no bees. Flowers that a week before had been teeming with pollinators now sat bright and alone in the afternoon light. Just 2 large carpenter bees toiled away, but no others. And yet, many, many small green bottleflies buzzed around the flowers. Perhaps they had been there all along, but they are so much smaller than the bees and wasps. And they don't linger in the same way on the blossoms. They land, then dart and flit about. And of a sudden, a wasp descends on one of the green bottleflies. Wrapping her body around her victim, she injects it, and when it grows still, she carries it off for food. Commemorations. In defense of people's rights. On this day in the year 1217, in St. Paul's Cathedral in London, England, the Charter of the Forest received the royal seal from King Henry III. Since the time of William the Conqueror, 150 years before, more and more lands in England had been set aside as royal forests, and the freemen of England had lost their traditional rights to the use of those forests. The Charter re-established the freedom to pasture pigs, collect firewood, graze sheep and cattle, and cut turf for fuel. It is widely seen as a commoner's version of the Magna Carta, which had only applied to the nobility. On this day in 1577, a great comet appeared in the skies. The earliest record of a sighting of the comet comes from this day and appears in the Codex Aubin. Written in Nahuatl, it documents the Aztecs as the first observers of the phenomenon. It was recorded in Italy on November 7th and in Japan on November 8th. The comet, which had a forked tail, remained visible by the naked eye until January 26, 1578. On this day in 1869, the first official intercollegiate American football game took place in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Rutgers College bested Princeton University 6-4. On this day in 1947, Meet the Press was first aired on NBC television. It is the longest-running television program in history. A chilling anniversary. On this day in 1939, the Sonderaktion Krakau took place. Just a month after the Nazi conquest of Poland, the Gestapo chief in the city of Krakow, Bruno Müller, told the rector of the Jagiellonian University to summon the faculty for a lecture about German plans for Polish education. When the faculty arrived, there was no lecture. 185 professors were summarily arrested and sent to concentration camps. The Italian dictator Mussolini and the Vatican interceded on the professors' behalf, and most were eventually released, but some had already perished in the brutal conditions of the camps. They were not permitted to teach during the German occupation, though some formed underground tutoring groups in defiance of the authorities. A note from history. Dictators often target the universities first. And that is the Observatory, Thursday the 6th of November, 2025.